Welcome to the second video of the W series. This should have gone out a long time ago, even before the first one came out, but here we are. I'm changing the format for this and shooting and editing the video a bit differently this time around due to time constraints and different issues. I will return to the regular editing types in future videos, but this is just so it can be released ahead of time. So anyway, my name is CM-GRUNT, and this is why Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Usos should main event night 1. And make sure you like and subscribe to the video. Now, let's get into it. This video has been in the works for a while. It's been in the works for a long time, but due to a lot of unforeseen circumstances, I've been unable to record this video until just now, just before Mania. And now, that literally as late as it is, I think at this moment in time, it's like almost midnight. It's about 2 hours before midnight, an hour before midnight, give or take. And the report has just come out that this will be the main event of night 1. Alright? Good job, gang. Off for tea and biscuits. Nah, okay, fine. I'll give a bit more intel as to why this main event in night 1 should never have been in question. The Usos are twins, obviously. KO and Sami Zayn are kindred spirits, they're destined to do this forever. And each of them have a dynamic and an unbreakable bond. I can see this being just such an emotional match, and we've seen that from the storyline. It's a very emotional and very in-depth storyline, and it goes hand in hand and side by side with the most layered storyline in all of wrestling right now, and that is the Bloodline. Kevin Owens' rivalry with Roman Reigns stems back from before he was even the tribal chief. But if we rewind to the pandemic years, or the pandemic times, because pandemic years I suppose is only really 2020, but if we rewind back to the pandemic times, and once he became the tribal chief, once he became the head of the table, they had a few matches before they had their last man standing match. And then, as I mentioned in my last W series video, he dropped down the card, like majority of Roman's opponents did. But his character never felt like the KO of old. It never felt like the prize fighter. Fast forward now to Triple H taking over creative, and KO has seemingly returned to the badass gimmick and has a match with Drew McIntyre, telling and sending a message to Roman that he owes him for weakening Drew for his title challenge. Not to mention that he hasn't forgotten what Roman and Paul Heyman did to him, which cost him the last man standing match in the first place. And then KO then challenges for the title at this 2023 Royal Rumble, which eventually leads to Sami's turn, to Sami's title match, Sami and KO's reunion, and now this title match with the Usos. My point is that Kevin Owens has had beef with Roman for years, which has now extended into this Bloodline storyline, and that has put emotional stakes on his side. We then look at Sami Zayn now, and Sami has his own emotional ties within the Bloodline for this whole year and last year, and all of this involving Sami has been the best bit of storytelling possibly in WWE history. And that's without the inclusion of Kevin Owens into the scenario. If you include him into the scenario, it becomes even more emotional. Sami became the most over organic babyface in WWE, and in a storyline that he wasn't even supposed to include him for very long. And as a result, was pushed into the conversation of main eventing a Wrestlemania. Remember, KO has already done it. But after the year that Sami has had, I think he deserves it. So we have one of the best told emotional stories featuring 4 of the best wrestlers WWE has to offer, not including Roman Reigns and Cody in that. And where the main event is blatantly going to have a member linked to that storyline taking part, this subplot involving the Usos and Zayn and KO is intricately linked, and by proxy feels like part of the main event. Therefore, it has to go on last on night 1. Quickly, I just want to compare this match to other potential main events from night 1. So we've got John Cena versus Austin Theory, which A is match 1, which we were told, and B has barely built at all. The storyline's barely been built, and it's got some emotional stakes, fine, but not the level of the Bloodline storyline. The other match is Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley, and to be fair, it does have some emotional stakes because obviously this is a rivalry that was built from years ago when they had their last match at Mania, but this particular rivalry has not been built built that way. It's not been built that way at all. It's not been built as an emotional storyline, and to be honest, the whole rivalry has not been built well at all. Having Rhea try and get retribution for her loss 3 years ago and showing she is on Charlotte's level was a far better way to tell this story, but they haven't done that, which is a shame as it feels lackluster even if this match is going to be fire. Now, if any of you come at me and try to say to me that the Damage Control match or the Logan Paul Seth Rollins match or the Mysterios match should main event, I will eat your face. But based off that and just the emotional stakes that the Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens match and them winning their first tag team titles and ending the Usos' historic reign would do is enough for this to main event night 1. And that's not even to mention the fact that they'll be finally putting the spotlight on the tag team division, making that be the main event since, and I'm not sure about this so don't quote me, but I think Wrestlemania 1, imagine if Kevin Owens turns heel. Ooh-wee. You know what? I'm sorry. Let's not let go there. This needs to be a feel good moment. Forget I said that. And also, I'm very sorry about any phone vibrations you can hear at the moment. The phone's going off. I don't know why it's going off like that. But anyway, that's it. Nice and quick video. That's the vid. No long outro here. Just leave your comments below if you think that this should or should have, if you're watching this after night 1, main evented, and like the video, please and thanks. Like I said, this format is just a quick one so I can just get this out there and get this onto YouTube, onto my channel before night 1 actually starts, because I've had a lot of things going on and I haven't been able to actually do the video. If I tried to do it the way I normally edit it, you might be waiting for 3 days. So yeah, but anyway, I hope you guys are excited for WrestleMania like I am. These matches all look like they're going to be bangers, except for the Fatal 4-Way Women's Tag match, but I'm not going to get into that. But yeah, I appreciate you guys, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in a bit. CM-GRUNT out. See you later. And we did it on the first try. Okay, bye.